I'm Jennifer with Jennifer at Home, and I'm super excited and so happy that you're here today for this wonderful cookie in a jar collaboration. I would be so happy if you check out all the channels listed below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I have such fond memories of putting together cookie in a jar gifts for my friends as I was growing up, and today I'm going to recreate one of my favorite recipes of all times for cookies in a jar. This collaboration is hosted by the Grace Life DIY Home Decor, At Home with Lisa, Debbie Bubbles, and me, Jennifer at Home. These channels will all be linked below, as well as other channels that may also join the collaboration. I am so excited to put together this recipe, cookies in a jar. This is something I've been making since I was a kid. I've always loved to put cookies together in jars to give as gifts. And today I have a beautiful jar. We want to have a jar that is 1 quart, which is 32 ounces. I have everything measured out and ready to go for my cookies in a jar recipe. I'm going to be using M&Ms and semi-sweet chocolate chips. However, you could use different types of baking chips or candies in your recipe. I purchased this really functional pouring pitcher at the Dollar Tree a while back. It's a really great thing to use to mix all of my dry ingredients for cookies in a jar. I'm going to start by using 1.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then I'll just take this big whisk and mix these together. You could also run them through a sifter if you'd like to do that. It just takes a couple of minutes to put this recipe together. It is just wonderful. I'm going to take my big pitcher now and I'm going to dump it right into the glass jar. Now that we have our flour and our baking soda, baking powder, and our salt in the glass jar, I'm just going to take a measuring spoon just like this to tamp down the flour mixture. You could also use a spoon to tamp down the mixture as well. Now that we have that done, we're going to move on to the next step. I'm going to put my big funnel right back up on top, and I'm going to take my brown sugar and pour it right in. Once again, we'll tamp down our ingredient. We're going to have some beautiful layers in this jar. Now that we have that done, we're going to be moving on to the next layer. The next layer will be our sugar, and this really goes together quick. It goes together in just a couple of minutes, and you have such a beautiful gift. You can tie any sorts of ribbon or string, anything around the jar to make it look beautiful. And we'll just tap this white sugar down. Moving on to the next step, the wonderful semi-sweet chocolate chips. We'll just even these out with our spoon. You can use any sorts of canning jar or even a really clean jar from a pasta sauce or anything like that will work. Just make sure it's really clean and very dry first before you start making this recipe. And now on to the M&Ms or candies of your choice. I chose regular M&Ms because my friend might not be making these at Christmas time. So I thought maybe the beautiful red and green ones would look nice, but if she decides to make these after the holidays, these will be a really great choice. Now let's put on the lid and get our decorations ready to decorate this beautiful jar. I have the recipe all written out for cookies in a jar. On the back of this cute little recipe card, I have the ingredients that my friend will need to incorporate when putting this together. All of the instructions are here, and I also have the complete recipe in case she'd like to remake this cookie recipe at another date and time. I'm just going to take the hole punch and put a little hole in the top of this recipe card so that I can string this through a ribbon and hang this on the little jar. I'm using a coordinating Merry Christmas ribbon, and I'm going to just slide the recipe right on the ribbon. And here it is, our cookies in a jar recipe all put together and ready to go. All of the ingredients are inside and all of the instructions are here for gift giving. I have one little final detail I'm going to add to the top of this jar. Thank you so much for being here today, and be sure to check out all the other channels. All you have to do is click the More button below to see all of the participants and check out their channels and all of the cookie in a jar recipes that they have to share as well. I would be so happy if you hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.